Hello, Rosebud.
Hello, Andy, and hello, listeners.
How are you?
Welcome back to another episode of
Fine.
Find Your
Or
Beach.
beach. That's it.
Yeah,
We've been
there
doing
it
it for a
is.
couple years now.
Yep.
How are you?
Um, I'm good. I'm really good. Where are you now? You're back where you were a month ago.
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. You're back in Salt Lake. So Andy's moved to Salt Lake. He's Mormon now.
Mm-hmm.
And can you explain to them what you're doing out there?
Well, I did like a week-long trip in a van, and I drove. It was a camper van, not like a utility van. But I drove from Denver to Fort Collins to Vail, up to Casper, Wyoming, Billings, Montana, Bozeman, Montana, Jackson Hole, back here. Dropped off the van this morning.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you've sort of had like a mini tour,
Mm-hmm.
and then you added a van to the touring because you are a masochist.
Yeah, I thought, I'd done some van trips in my youth, and
Hmm.
I liked the idea of being able to like stay right at the mountain and kind of, I didn't want to have to deal with hotel rooms. And what I forgot is that winter is cold. That's one thing I forgot is
Uh-huh.
winter is cold. And
Easy to
then
forget.
another thing I forgot is that bathrooms are not in your van. They're outdoors.
Yeah.
Um, Everything else about it was okay, Everything else
Have
was
you have you shit in a field yet?
no, no. You can't really shit outdoors. That's pretty faux pas.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, but it's like there's like a whole like thing about it getting in the water and E. coli and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
no shitting outdoors, but I did some shady shit. I snuck into some gyms so that I could work out and shower.
Yeah.
Um, I what else did I do? I ate some dinners like that were just like canned goods that I microwaved from a Walmart. That was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Um,
I think what we learned is if you're gonna go on a self-harming vacation, you should do it under the age of 30,
mhm.
right? Just in general. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I think that's Mouse. Um,
Mousy.
Mouse has been getting bullied by the cat the last 2 days. The cat has
That makes
been
sense.
roughing her up, and she's pretty scared. But it's kind of nice because it's almost like you have a Roomba for controlling the dog.
Hmm.
Like there's just a small other thing that makes sure that the dog doesn't do anything.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, no, I mean the self harming, like I don't know if I'm completely against it. I just think that I would like to do it in a nicer way, maybe. I don't know.
okay, so what do you mean by doing it in you don't know if you're against self-harming vacations. You just want it to be a nice self-harm. Is that what you're saying? I don't understand.
No, no,
What you just said made no sense.
I think like if I were to go on that vacation in the summer and like not have to worry about being cold. And here's another thing that I didn't think about with the van trip is that like the places where you camp vans that are not tent cities are campgrounds, and most campgrounds are closed in the winter. So
Right.
like every place that I wanted to stay or would have been convenient to stay was not because
Right.
you have to have the right place to bring it.
And why do they close campgrounds in the winter?
Well, because most people don't camp in the winter. That's a big part of it. Most people associate camping with kind of warmer weather. And
So you're
another
saying it's
reason
probably because it's like a life-threatening situation.
there is an aspect of that. Yeah.
Right.
I was thinking about this the other night. You know this already, but the listeners don't. The other night, I slept I found like a little enclave, an alcove behind a Safeway in Vale. And
You mean a parking lot?
Yes, but it was the behind the grocery store, so it was shadier, you know. Um,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and what I was looking for was just like an errant plug, you know, because I have a heater with an extension cord. That was the entire heating system that the rental company gave me. It was just, you know, it was like if you went to a hotel and you're like, hey, can you do something about the construction? And they just gave you earmuffs. Um,
Right.
but I couldn't find one, so I was just like, you know what, we can we can do this. Me and Mouse, we're strong. So I got out the 0 degree sleeping bag. I made the bed. I put Mouse in her pajamas and her down jacket. I shoved her in the sleeping bag. I put the quilt on us. I put a hat on, and we slept. But it was the coldest I've ever. It was the coldest thing I've ever. It was 8 degrees. It was 8 degrees in the van. It was the coldest I've ever slept in. Um,
Mhm.
we lived. There was no harm, but it was definitely. It was hard. It was. It was.
Did you did you tell your therapist that this was something that you did?
Yeah, I did. I did.
What did she say?
Nothing. She doesn't really talk to me. Like she doesn't judge me about things like that. Like cuz I was the by the time we were talking, I
I can
had
see the
things a little
cat
more figured
hunting
out.
Mouse in the
Yeah,
background.
the cat is definitely. Oh, and Mouse is like this is so cute. Hold on, let me see if I can move
No,
it.
it's fine. It's not interesting for the podcast. It's
Oh
fine.
man, Mouse was sleeping in the sun. She was so cute. Now she's gotten up cuz she knows she's being hunted. Um but yeah, I mean, it didn't seem like how I didn't even frame it like self harm until that third day when I got the hotel, and I was like, oh yeah, indoor
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Yeah, like having a roof,
Hmm.
kind of cool.
Well, I had a roof. I had a roof. I had a table. I had a
Not
stove.
a real roof, you know.
It it was fine, other than the heat and the proximity to restrooms,
Yeah.
and
So just
also.
basic, like basic human amenities. It was
Yeah, I
fine
mean,
other
I
than
know
that.
this is not your thing. I know this is like anything that isn't a 4-star hotel is kind of not your thing. Like you are,
That's not true.
people
That's
don't
not
know this
true at
about
all. Don't
Rosie.
read. No, no, no.
She
Don't
likes a
do that.
nice thing.
Don't try to call me a snob because I don't want to
You're
live
not a snob.
outdoors.
You're not a snob.
I
You
and
don't like
also
outdoorsy
it's not
stuff.
that anything that isn't a 4-star hotel isn't my thing. Don't try to rebrand me as a person as like a snobby, I have to stay in a 4-star hotel. I love a 4-star hotel, love one,
Yeah.
but I don't have to stay in a 4-star hotel.
No, you're fine with a like a just a run of the mill Wyndham. You do fine
Yeah.
with those. But no, I mean you don't like outdoorsy stuff. You're not a fan of like camping or cooking over campfire, that kind of stuff. You probably would like that if you would probably like cooking over a campfire. You just don't want to sleep outside and you don't want to have to go somewhere to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, I could see the value in like going camping if you have a kid and you're like, oh, I want to give a kid this experience just to see if they like it, you know? But me personally, if I'm choosing comfort versus outdoorsy experiences, I'm choosing comfort. I
Will
want to
you
feel comfortable.
will you commit to camping with me one night this summer?
No.
You won't do it for the pod? We can do a one time. I'll make it nice. It won't be very far. The we'll have ample bathrooms. I mean, it'll be like literally like 12 hours of your life. And most of it you'll be asleep.
One night
One night. We'll go up to
where?
Fanistock. I don't know, like up like remember when we went hiking with Makala?
Yeah, but is it going to be like by a river, where there's mosquitoes and stuff?
I will not let us it will not be mosquito-y. I will find a place where there's no mosquitoes.
I don't know.
Come on, you can do this. There is something amazing about camping in the summer and like you can see all the stars and the fresh air is on your body. You know, it's just you jump in a lake in the morning. That stuff's fun.
I don't want to jump in a lake. I don't want to jump in a lake. There's no part of me that's like, God, I wish I could jump in a lake.
You don't like, you only want to jump in like a tropical ocean. That's the only kind of
Yeah.
water
And
you
I
like
don't
jumping
even
into.
love doing that. Like, I don't even love, like, I'll have fun. Like, if we snorkel and stuff, like in Mexico, that stuff's really fun because I get to like see what's going on around me.
Uh-huh.
But jumping in a fucking lake and just seeing,
What about the Caribbean?
maybe something will touch me.
What about the Caribbean?
Yeah, that's cool.
You like that, right? Or the Mediterranean, like beautiful turquoise water that doesn't like, there's no appeal to it that's like, oh, I got to get in this. I want to jump
Yeah, but
in.
lake water, I don't know, man. Lake
Okay.
water is a different. That's like ghosts live there.
Ghosts. That's, you guys know where ghosts live. Lakes.
Listen, if you're following a ghost,
Uh-huh.
where's it going to lead you? 9 times out of 10 to a lake,
See, I
and
always
you're going to
think it's
die
going to
in that
be,
lake.
I always think it's going to be a well, like maybe a well
Hmm.
or like a hidden chamber, burnt down old house. Lake is not what I associate. I only associate Jason with
There's a
lakes.
burnt down old house. There's a lake nearby. If there's a hidden chamber, it's probably near a lake. If there's a well, also near a lake.
I don't.
All of these are lake adjacent.
Okay, so you really have a lake problem. You aren't a
Yeah.
lake
And
person. What about like boating, like a nice row at sunset and like it's like beautiful and you smooch a little bit, maybe get a tit grabbed. That sound nice.
yeah, but I mean, why wouldn't I just get a tape grab in like a nice place? You
Well,
know?
there's something I don't know. It's
Like
it's really just it's a taste thing. There's something super appealing about it to me. Just
I'll
the
do this with you. I'll do this with you because it's important to you,
hmm
but I don't think that you understand how much like I'm not like a huge I feel like there's a lot of things that we could do together that both of us would like.
Yeah, and I'm not demanding anything of you. I barely get to see you now, so I just want you to be happy, and I want you to be excited to see me. So I'm not going to force any
I'm
kind
always
of
excited to see you because you've been living in a van.
that for 1 week, and that's
No,
not true. You're,
I was talking to you on in this person's house weeks ago and you're
I,
back.
I was staying in a hotel. I came here to do the podcast both times.
Hmm.
I'm not a traveler. I'm coming home
Are those
in.
your skis in the back of his house?
Yeah, they are. I have
You're
to get.
keeping belongings there now.
I'm getting those mailed to New York because there's a
You're
great service
moving to
called
Salt
Shipco.
Lake.
No, not yet. It would be a good investment. It would be a great investment to buy a property here.
Mm-mm.
Um, so what have you
Don't
been
even
up
think
to?
about it.
Have you taken a lover? Have you gone on any dates?
Taken several lovers, been on a few dates, you
Cool.
know, nothing with potential.
All indoors.
All indoors.
Yeah, that's an edge they have on me. Is that
Yeah.
just that four
They live
walls?
inside.
Yep, that makes sense.